fat and you want to lose some weight, you just want to slim down real fast, that's the only time when I tell you to go to a man food. Hi guys, it's your girl couture Shanz. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be doing something a bit different. Yeah, you know we're always switching it up over here. So today I will be doing a Ask Shanz segment, if you may. So I dropped a Q&A tag on my IG stories and asked you guys to send in questions, queries, anything you need advice on for this Ask Shanz segment. And you guys went in. Let me tell you, some of these questions, they're a little bit too much, okay? But it's a judgment-free zone. And before I get into this video, let me just throw on a little disclaimer. These opinions are Shanice's, nobody else's. I, in fact, do not intend to offend anyone in any way, shape, or form. And I mean, this video is just to provide advice to all the persons who sent in their questions, as well as other persons who may be watching and experiencing something similar and need advice on these topics. So yeah, let's get into this video, girl. Let me pull up the questions on my phone and give you the advice that you need, because listen, I'm ready to talk the things, right? I'm ready to talk the things. Hold on. So first question. Dear Shanz, how do you know when you found the one? I'm tired of dating and want to settle down. Listen, girl, they say when you know, you know. So when you find that person who, gives you butterflies in his stomach and all of that good jazz, then trust me, you will know. And if you're someone who has been dating, you find little quirks or little qualities in that person that you'll probably ponder on and be like, I could have worked with this. I could work with this. Like, I like this about them. As females, males probably have it too, I'm not sure. But we do have our little checklist that we go through. We check off. Is he handsome? Is he caring? Is he a good provider? Do you think this man can be a good father to your kids? Like, all of that stuff. So, if I'm being honest, I would say rely on your gut feeling. Because, listen, a woman's intuition is something that you could not or should not play with. Like, women, like, in the comments, let me know. When we know, right? So, don't go against your gut feeling and your intuition. So, just follow that and basically, assess the person. How do they make you feel? How do they, interact with others? Like, how do they interact with their family? Like, I'm really big on family. When I was in the dating scene, like, I came from a huge family. So I'm always looking for somebody else who is just as family oriented as I am. So, some similarities between you can look out for stuff like that. But as I said, ultimately, if you want to know if that person is the one, there's going to be like a defining moment in your like dating series where you're just going to stop and say, I'm going to marry this person one day. Like, they're gonna do something or say something, or you just see them in a different light that just reveals everything in that point in time. It's like, you're gonna know, girl. That's all I have to say. You are going to know. But if I can recall to a point in time where I was like, said, this is the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. It was just something that he did in a moment. And I just had to look at him and I'm like, this person is really, really, really genuine. And that's something that I really value. So I don't like the fakeness. I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody and we're dating and you're showing me all of these qualities and then you just switch up later on. I mean, come on. I'm not about that life. So yeah, girl, when you know, you know. Okay? So next question. Dear Shanz, how do you juggle being a mom and business? I am struggling to find the time. Girl, don't even get me started. Like, being a mom is a 24-hour job. It never ends. And that's why a lot of people don't understand. Like, I don't know, I don't get it, but since I became a mom, it has encapsulated my life in so many ways. I mean, I am my own person outside of being a mom, but it's like your job never ends. It never ends. There's not a point in time that I'm not, let's say I'm out with my girls, enjoying myself, that my mind doesn't run on my kids. It's like we're one and the same. Okay, so I get what you mean, girl. Like, it just takes up so much of your time, and that's why I always stress on community. Once you have a community to support you, to help you when you need that help, it's just immaculate. That's all I have to say. And unfortunately, not a lot of people have this support in their lives, and I feel so bad for those who don't. But when you do have that community and that support and that help, it makes a complete difference. So that's basically the factor, the most important factor in my dynamic that has allowed me to be an entrepreneur. It has allowed me to explore my passions. It's just allowed me to be who I am before I even had kids, right? So as I said, it's just a support system, and at the end of the day, you have little humans who you have to provide for, you have to take care of, and you're just gonna do anything possible to get the job done. So if it's that you have to go out and work a 9 to 5, if it's that you're running a business, you just have to find the time. You just have to make the time. I mean, we all have the same 24 hours in a day, and some people allocate it differently, but I always say just do what works for you, do what's best for you. I mean, there's this lavish lifestyle on social media nowadays, where it's like people are getting up at 5 a.m., starting their day, going to the gym, whatever the case may be. And sometimes we look at these types of lifestyles and we glamorize them, or we beat ourselves up because we can't maintain this lifestyle. But girl, let me tell you this, do what works best for you. If it's that you're a mom, you have kids, you have to get up early in the morning, get them ready for school. You're slipping a little gym hour, for 1 hour for the gym after you've sent them out. Whatever the case may be, just do what works for you. But as it relates to, finding time for your business, I would say you literally just have to make the time. If it's even 2 to 3 hours per day, you just sit down, block everything out. I mean, if you have kiddies who are at school, and this is a perfect time. Listen, when the kids are at school, I get so much done. Mind you, me, if they're at home, sometimes I do try to get work done, but it's a bit harder because kids, they're gonna find you anywhere you are. They're gonna require attention. They're going to require so much out of you. And I completely understand where you're coming from, but it just boils down to time management and making time for the things that matter most. Family is really important to me, so I'm always going to prioritize my family. Sometimes things get placed on the back burner, but it's just one of those things, girl. You just have to prioritize, make the time. Just put yourself in a position where you are your best self. You're showing up as your best self for both your kids and your business. And remember that, guys, these are not the only factors that are at play in our lives. So we have to take care of the home, we have to take care of our family. Like, there's so many other things that we have to make time for. But as I said, time management, prioritizing, and you should be fine. Okay, so this person asks, Dear Shanz, how do you remain hopeful when business is slow? My business has stressed me out so many times, guys. You wouldn't even understand. Let me tell you, you would not even understand how hectic it is to run a business. I mean, nobody ever came on here and said, running a business is going to be easy. It's going to be a walk in the park. Not at all. I did not hear that. So I was expecting all of these hardships. Statistics shows that majority of new businesses fail within the first 5 years of operation. So these are the pivotal times, guys. And listen, when I tell you that it is so hard to fall by the wayside when it comes to certain things, I'm not even joking. So I remain hopeful when business is slow by basically taking this time or this little downtime to put in the work as a CEO or on the CEO level. So this includes planning, research and development, raising capital for the business, all of that. You're not going to sit down and say, sales is slow, what am I gonna do, yada. Like, no, you're just going to take this time and allocate it wisely. How do I remain hopeful? I know that this is not the end. It's a process. It continues. And if you see yourself as an entrepreneur in business for the long haul, you'll not get, demotivated. Yes, it can be stressful, but you're just going to take this down period and use as a motivation to propel yourself and propel your business towards, booming sales, high profits, just a successful business overall. So it all boils down to your mindset, guys. So when you're in business, you have to be strong. Let me tell you, the strength, the tenacity has to be top tier. You can't go into this soft, fenke, it not gonna work. You're going to be demotivated. You're going to be stressed out. You're going to want to give up. So you have to go in with a mind frame of, being in it for the long haul, putting in the work and staying at it, remaining consistent, and ensuring that your business gets the chance that it needs. A lot of times some businesses fail and you wonder why it fails. Is because you didn't give it your all. You didn't explore all the options. Business owners out there, let me ask you a question now. Are you exploring all the options in your business that will lead to its success? Let me know in the comments. And if the answer is no, then that's what you need to be doing. Okay, no judgment, but I can't stop stalking my ex's newbies page. Is it normal or am I weird? No judgment over here, girl. None whatsoever. I mean, okay, let me just be honest here. I think that's normal, and that's just my opinion. I don't think that's weird. Coming from somebody who has, let me not say stalked, but once you have ended a relationship with someone, especially someone who you were invested in or in love with, or you're not completely over, which most of the times we're not, let's just be honest here, you're going to get that inclination of wanting to know who this new person is. And in the age of social media, we have their IG pages, Twitter, information are amplified. Let me tell you, coming from a investigator PI over here, information is not hard to find. So let's say you know who this person is, or you have some information and you want to find them on social media, check out their page. And while it's not healthy, while it's not something I recommend, I do understand why somebody would want to do this. And it may be coming from a place of insecurity, I don't know, but personally speaking, I think I just wanted to, find out a little bit more about this person. Like, who is this? Like, who is she? What she have over me? Why you choose she over me? And sometimes, as I said, guys, unhealthy, definitely playing on your insecurities, but we're all humans, right? So I would say to you, stop starting your page. Like, come off our page. Like, if I end a relationship with someone, the ultimate goal is to basically cut off all communication with them. So just stay off their page, guys. It's never ever a good look. Have you ever stalked somebody's page? Well, not stalk. Let me not use the word stalk. You ever pre-out somebody's page yet and like you accidentally like something? Oh my god, I could just melting at the earth. That's ever happened to you guys? Let me know in the comments. But that's like one of the worst things. Like scrolling on IG, I go to the girl trying to say, yeah, is she this? Is it she? Sending her in the group chat. Listen, we're all guilty of this. Send her in the group chats. I make a friend them done her. I want a girl pretty and I say, so the girl that ugly. She not ready. What she have over you, my friend? I want a girl that have over you. No, sir. She not ready. I want this thing to take up. Yeah, you know how we are. So I would say, stay off of the girl page. Leave the man alone. Let the man go on. You said he's your ex. So if my ex, like, unless you have plans of getting back together with him, I don't know, girl. I don't know. I've gone back to an ex before, and luckily it worked out for me, but it may not be the same for you. I don't know. Let's hope. But I would say if the relationship ended for a, well, or if the relationship ended like in an amicable manner, I guess there will be no hard feelings, so it would probably be easier for you to move on. I'm just saying. But if it's that you still have feelings, if it's that the guy broke it off with you and you're still like in love with him, then I can understand where you're coming from of wanting to like keep tabs on them, but it's never a good look, right? It's never a good look. So just move on with your life, girl. Like, there are plenty of fishes in the sea. Like, come on. I don't remember who sent this question, but I know you look good, girl. I know you look good. You can bag a man tomorrow, today, any day. Any day. Leave them alone. The crosses them going for their business. So, guys, no stalking your ex's girl or your ex's page. Not a good look. Take it from someone who's been there, okay? Okay. Dear Shanz, what should hurt more? A friend breakup or a lover breakup? Ooh, this is a good question. This is a good question. So, personally speaking, I would say they're kind of on the same wavelength. I don't know. I mean, it's just that the dynamic, it depends on the dynamic of the friendship and the relationship. Because I've had friendship breakups before where it's like, whatever, like we just grew apart or we just went our separate ways for whatever reason, and it didn't really affect me that much. as opposed to like a relationship with someone who you saw a future with. Then I think that would kind of hurt a little bit more. But then what if you have like a bestie, like you guys are like this, and then the friendship just mash up? Like that's supposed to hurt. So based on experience, I can't really say, oh, one. But I'm kind of leaning more towards the relationship breakup, just because I don't really say like had a lot of friendship breakups that were like really really bad. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but usually most of my friendship breakups were amicable. We just grew apart, went our separate ways, and maybe we weren't that close. Because I mean, if we were, like, if I had a bestie, all right, let me break down something to you guys. I'm the type of person where I have friends. I have a really good friends that I really love. I really value them, but I've never been the one to have like a bestie, like that best friend relationship that you see. They have like the sleepovers, they do everything together. I've never had that, and I don't know if I'm missing out. But maybe if I had that, and then it went down the drain and it ended crappy, then that would kind of be like a real heartbreak for me. So if you do have that type of friendship and that has happened to you, I feel really bad, but a girl can relate. A girl can relate. So I'm gonna have to say a relationship breakup would be more painful, because listen, for everybody who's been in a relationship and have it ended, especially when the man left you and the woman left you and you still in love, nothing, no hurt so much like it. Literally, I get why they call it a heartbreak, because you literally feel your chest just like somebody just run a knife through your chest and just goes like, yeah, that's how bad it is. And I've been in that position before, and I don't wish that for my worst enemy, right? So relationship breakups, especially when you plan to spend the rest of your life with that person, it rough. But I tell no lie, it rough. So girl, I definitely have to say a relationship breakup, but it can be argued that friendship breakups are just as important and would hurt just as much. Next question. Had my ID. Listen, this is not their dream. I don't dare dream this, base. I had my ID. I am in love with two men at the same time. One is my bona fide man, and the next is his friend. Bombastic side eye.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
Girl continues, guys. She said, we're coming from far, but the new guy gives me everything I want. What should I do? I'm never another predicament in my life, Honestly, I've never been in this predicament, but let Shanz give you some advice here, girl. This is a recipe for disaster. Two men at one time. One of them wait there. One of your bona fide man and the next I am friend. Oh, you reach this, a girl. Oh, you reach there. I don't understand. I understand. So sometimes there with a little guy, I'm have a little one and two nice friend, but your mind should not have been there, girl. You should not have went there. Yeah, as I was saying, you should not have went there to even be interested in his friend. That's like against bro code, girl code, whatever code, the world code, like, I don't know. And you went on to say that you and the guy are come from far, but just because the guy can get everything what the new man give you, you don't know what to do. Well, let me tell you this. As I said, this is a recipe for disaster. I can't tell you, say, oh, choose a bona fide man or choose a new man, but listen, girl, when the two friends find out, say, you kind of, switch back from one to the other, it not gonna end well for you. It not gonna end well. As I said, no judgment over here, girl. I'm not judging you or anything, but this not look pretty by your part. If I were in this situation, let me see. Personally, I date for love. Yeah, I know you can't bring love with shop, but still, I dated for love. So, I guess I would just stay with my bona fide man, especially if me and him come from far. I mean, you've been through a lot together, I'm assuming. And to just go and date his friend now just because of what he can give you, I don't know, monetary-wise, otherwise, I don't know. That's kind of shady. Me I judge you. Me take that back. This is not a no judgment zone. Girl, I'm judging you. I joke. But yeah, I would say follow your heart. Yeah, just follow your heart. Just because the old man probably can't get everything, I'm sure he's doing his best as providing for you. He's doing his best. So I would just say follow your heart, girl. You're in love with the two of them one time. You must love one more than the other. Yes, at the end of the day, when you're old and grey, girl, you sit up on a rocking chair with a little boo. Let it be the one who, loves you and appreciate you and can take care of you. Because listen, the money will fade, the glitz, the glamour, all of that will fade. And what really matters most is who is there for you at the end of the day. So I would just say follow your heart, girl. You must know. I'm just giving you a little advice here, but yeah, you must know. Dear Shanz, how do you feel about searching a man's phone? I always feel like they're hiding something. You and me both, girl. You and me both. But let me say, searching a man's phone is never it. Unless you want your blood pressure raise up, unless you want to have an instant heart attack, leave the man phone alone. Here, take it from Shanice. Leave the man phone. It is never a good idea. Listen, unless you're fat and you want to lose some weight, you just want to slim down real fast. That's the only time when I tell you to go to a man phone. If you want to lose little weight, you just want to shed 2 little pounds, go on trip. But otherwise, leave the man phone alone. People are entitled to their privacy, guys, regardless of what you think. She says, feel like, say, I'm always a hide something. Listen, you can't use one person fat and fry everybody. This is basically a generalized statement. You say you feel like they're always hiding something. I mean, that's understandable because, men will be men, but you do have good men out there who you can trust and who probably don't have anything in their phone hiding in the first place. I would say just trust the man. Leave the man alone, leave the man phone, because at the end of the day, what is in the darkness must come to light. And I know you have to bring some come to light in the babes. And you have to bring come to light, but it will. So just leave him phone, make whatever I'm doing on phone, him go and do. Make it stay there. And you keep your sanity, because let me tell you, sometimes them something that will make your head chip. Speaking from experience, them something there will make your head chip. Shanice was once a little girl who loved to prips and pre. Just being a little bit too enough. You hear what I'm saying about curiosity and the cats? It sure did kill me. So I made a promise to myself that I would never ever ever invade somebody's privacy, search their phone, go through anything personal. I just let them be. I maintain my sanity and my peace, and I just go along with my life. And once I know that I'm not doing anything sneaky, I'm just gonna let them be, girls. So just go and leave the man phone alone. As I say, if you want to lose look weight, then go to the phone. But other than that, my advice to you is to leave people's phone alone. Leave it alone. And I'll say it again. Can't say I never warn you. Guys, comment down below and tell her. Okay, next question. Dear Shanz, what are your thoughts on long-term dating with no prospects of marriage? But that's a go. Where is that go? That not keep around here, so no prospects of marriage. If I'm in a relationship with somebody, long term, right? Long term. So I'm assuming this is a couple years here, and there are no prospects of marriage, no conversation about marriage, no talk, no nothing. So we just had date to go so. I don't know about anybody else, but this girl is dating to marry. Yeah, I've been dating for a long while. I've been in a relationship for a long while, and the finger's still empty, but the prospects are there. The plans are there. The conversations have been had. So at least I know that, a little bit down the line, a girl will be, walking down the aisle, singing, "Here comes the bride, here comes the bride." Not if I have no flowers in here, but either way, I don't recommend that at all. If I am dating somebody, for a long period of time. I mean, it's not like a couple months and a Monday, because if you and a man just there for a couple months and you and a man married, you already are. At least you a promise ring and say, hey, me and you later down in life, then you is a mad girl. Because I don't know which man, which woman date couple months, and I mean, no say it. Them want to spend the rest of their lives with somebody. I mean, there's this concept of love at first sight. I personally don't believe in it, but you know, it happens. It happens, and maybe y'all are the lucky ones, but I don't know about that. But if I'm in a relationship for years down the line, then there must be some, you know, hope to say, yeah, the man that got married me. Because listen, you have so many now, they're very despicable. They will keep you in a relationship for how many years, and then bloops, they must drop you and gone, drop you like hot bread, you know, gone about them business. Wanna take you up now at your big age? I joke. I'm just joking, guys. That's just something that just baffles me sometimes. It happens, and while it's sad, I do think that if you're in a relationship and you don't see these prospects, I think you should, you know, raise that conversation. And that's why communication is so important in relationships, guys. You can't be in a relationship and you can't communicate with your partner. You can't communicate your needs, your values, what you require. So I would say have that conversation. I would have that conversation. I've had that conversation. Ask him, where is this going? Where do you see this relationship in X amount of years? Like, I want to know. And if it's nowhere where you want it to be, or it's not, you're not on a mutual agreement, or you've not established a mutual agreement of where the relationship is going, then I would say take yourself out of the relationship. Everybody's timing is different. But if it's a case where you see yourself in a relationship for how many years and you know nothing is happening, there are no plans of anything happening, then I would say raise that conversation. Have a talk about it. You never know. What if you have a conversation and the guy says, you know, say, the marriage something that are real enough for me, then, and if you want to get married and he doesn't, then what the point of the relationship? Get out. Get out right now. Okay? Get out right now. But as I said, for some individuals, long-term dating is really just taking the time to nurture your relationship and to cultivate your relationship and to get yourself ready for a marriage. Not a wedding, not a lavish, you know, display of affection online, but a marriage, a genuine union between two people who are ready. Because sometimes, you know, guys, we think we're ready for marriage, and we're really not. Marriage are for mature people. Sometimes some relationship or some marriage just dwindle is because chances are they weren't ready. Chances are they weren't compatible. I'm not saying you can't learn to love someone or learn to accept someone, but at the end of the day, if two people can't come together as one, as the Bible says, you know, two are going to become one, you know, then it really makes no sense. So, advice I'd give you here is to just raise the question, you know, talk about it and see where it goes. Hopefully it works out in your favor. Hopefully you guys can cultivate a healthy and happy marriage, because I'm sure that's what we all want. And I hope it just works out for you, girls. So yeah, that's my little advice. You alright, so I think this is the last question, and it's a little bit spicy. It's a little bit spicy, but probably provocative as well. But let's get into it. Dear Shanz, do you believe in going 50-50 with a man? Put on the phone, you know. Put on the phone. I can me at the question I just at up my head. 50-50 with a man. Personally, I would not mind, but at the end of the day, that's not in my value system, right? That was not growing up. That was not something that Shani saw. So growing up, I always saw the man being the head of the home, the man being the provider, the breadwinner, you name it, right? So my understanding when I started dating was that, you know, like, this guy is supposed to take care of me. Like, this guy is supposed to give me whatever I want. And I'm not just speaking financially here. Or maybe I am, whatever. But yeah, it all boils down to financials based on this question. Or based on the discussions I've seen, it always come down to, you know, the money, the valuable things. And sometimes, like, that's just not always it. That's just not always the meat of the matter, because I'm sure in a relationship, a man and a woman can perform different roles. 50-50 could mean, hey, I'm the man, I'm going to, take care of the bills, I'm going to, cover all the utilities. You don't have to worry about that. And as the woman, you take care of the home, which is what we're all used to. And I'm not saying we have to stick to these ideals that we were taught or how we grew up. I mean, we're all adults, we can think for ourselves, but it all boils down to you, your value systems, what you're willing to accept, what you're willing to compromise on. I have no problem going 50-50 with a man if it's that I am in the position to. But if I am not, then I would not expect a man to want to go 50-50 with your girl. Okay? If a man is working a job, let's say this guy is working and he's earning 10 times as much as I am, or I'm working 10 times as much as he is, right? I would not expect him to make the same contributions as I would, if you get me, if we're speaking from a financial perspective. And listen, guys, we always try to focus on equality. Like, listen, me and Aisha, and me not advocate for the equal rights and justice around here. I would more likely to focus on equity, right? So equality versus equity. So equality would mean that you guys make an equal contribution. Equity would basically mean that you are able to contribute what you can or what your circumstances allow, right? So as I said, it all depends on your financial position. It all depends on what you bring to the table, what you can contribute in your own way. So if I, as the woman of the house, can take care of the kids, I can cook for you, take care of the home, all of that, like that contribution in itself is basically, what do I call it now? That contribution in itself is basically priceless. You cannot put a value on these things, especially as women. Like, I'm being a bit biased right now, but let me tell you this. Certain things that women do, y'all men can't do it. When you could have gone to hospital, carry a child for 9 months, go to hospital, go, endure childbirth, labor, and all of that. I don't think y'all could. And those types of contributions are invaluable. You cannot put a price on that. And if you could, it would be in the trillions. Let me tell you this. So you cannot expect me to do all of that, and then on top of that, you want me split the bills with you? I don't think that's fair at all. I don't think that's fair at all. So going 50-50 with a man is never in my books. It's never. No. Not at all. As I said, what I will do is basically contribute. My contributions will basically be based on my circumstances, and I mean, my contributions are invaluable, as I said. It should not always be reliant on your financial status. It should not always be about the money. I mean, you have some people who prefer to go tit for tat. If it's that they have like a joint account and each person like contributes fund to that, I mean, that could be considered as a 50-50 if the funds go towards their lifestyle. And that's totally fine. That's totally fine with me. So if that floats your boat, sure. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it. And yeah, if you want to do that, do that. But Shani say do it. Okay? I ain't doing that. Not because I can't, not because a girl can't. But that's just not in our dynamic. Okay? And I'm not trying to emasculate no man. If a man wants to be the provider, if a man wants to be the breadwinner, who am I to stop him? If a man wants to take care of me, who am I to stop him? Yes, I'm going to take care of him in return, but it does not have to be in a monetary way. I mean, as a woman, I think I speak life into my man. I speak, I motivate him, I push him, I, try to help him to be his best self. And that's a contribution that, as I said, is invaluable because all our contributions are invaluable. So, yeah. So, you guys, that's the end of this Ask Shanz segment. I do hope that you guys enjoyed it. I do hope that I provided some good advice, bad advice, I don't know, take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, that's just my take on the different topics that were asked. And I mean, I'm going to do this again. Let me know if you want a part 2. Let me know if you want to hear what a girl thinks. I mean, my love bus is, my love bus is. I'm sure my bus is on the video, but it's fine. And before I go, guys, I want to say a huge thank you to all of my subscribers. As you know, a girl got to 1K subscribers. I mean, that's just the beginning. We have such a far way to go, and I'm so grateful for all 1,000 of you. Like, guys, I remember when I just started my YouTube channel. I know I'm rambling right now, but listen, It has been a journey, and I couldn't end this video without saying thank you for rocking with your girl, and I hope you continue to do so. I really love and appreciate you guys, and I'm so grateful for my community. So we're 1K strong, and we're gonna go on to the top. So you guys, see you in the next video. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys. Share the channel with a friend, and let's continue to grow. Yeah.